Hello and welcome. My name is Taylor Morganson and you are watching the North Texas Guitar Licks channel. Can't read music, but you want to learn music theory anyways, or start to. Then I got the perfect books for you. Okay. The first one is going to be this Chord Will by Jim Flaser. So if you've ever heard of a 1-4-5 or a 2-5-1 progression, or a 1-4-7-3-6-2-5-1 progression, this is what they're talking about. The Roman numerals that are connected with the tones of each scale. What's really great about this book is it shows you in all the major keys what those chords are. So for instance, I have it here in the key of C. Okay. Our 1 chord is C, our 2 chord is D minor, our 3 chord is E minor, 4 chord is F major, 5 chord is G, A minor is the 6th chord, and B diminished is the 7th chord, and so on. Now it gives you this wheel will let you figure that out for every major key there is. Both flats and sharps are all accounted for, and it's really great. So if you've never had any kind of experience figuring this out, if you've never had any formal training, this is perfect for you. And even if you're just starting out, I think in university this would probably be good for you until you memorize and internalize everything. So this brings me to my next book, or next series of books. So what happens if you don't know how to play one of these chords? I would suggest owning a book such as this, another Hal Leonard book, The Incredible Chord Finder, and I will leave an online copy of this in the description. This is perfect. It shows you all the chords you really need to make all this stuff happen, and so much more. It actually says a complete guide to over 1,116 chords. So I would highly recommend owning something like this and just keeping it with you and going through and learning a new chord from time to time and experimenting with your music, substituting it in. It's a really great practice to do. Another book would be Mel Bays' complete book of guitar chords, scales, and arpeggios. So after you've learned your chords, you can learn your arpeggios, which are just broken up chords played one note at a time. This is really nicely organized into chords, arpeggios, and scales. And here on your scales you can see that it gives you a scale diagram, the fingerings. It does give you the written music, it also gives you the tabs. Very helpful. Not necessarily so much in the way of how to employ scales and when to employ them, but you can imagine if you're playing a progression that's in the key of C major, that improvising with a C major scale on top of that would work quite nicely. Another scale book which I found very useful and is easy to cart around me, another Hal Leonard book by a Troy Stettin. Again, this shows you the constructions of scales, their positions, gives you chord or scale diagrams, little things like this, as well as tablature. It covers major, minor modes, major, minor scales, the blues scale, harmonic minor, melodic minor, chromatic scales, whole tone, diminished scales, exotic scales like Hungarian minor, and even right here in the very back, actually it gives you a list of everything it goes over. Shows you how to construct them with whole and half steps, things like that. Really great little book. Again, gives you some theory, but you don't necessarily need to know how to read music to get started learning this kind of stuff. There is another online resource called the Scale Grimoire, which I'll leave a link for as well. But those books, of course I'll leave links for them all, are really excellent places to get started if we don't know how to read music and you want to get into some music theory, which I highly recommend. It's a very healthy thing to know and practice, and it won't influence your music or your playing or your creativity in a bad way or a negative way. I've never thought like that. I've never actually seen it do anything like that. Although theory should never precede creation, as Schoenberg tells us, this is just another way of understanding music and building a better relationship with your instrument. If you have any questions about any of these materials, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I will be doing some more videos over harmony and other theory materials once you get an idea of how to use these, and if you know how to read a little bit, you'll find these helpful. Some online resources and then some books you can buy, and then historically we'll look at very successful and famous composers and see what they said about harmony, composition, theory, melodic writing, and all of that. So thank you very much for watching my video. If you like what you see here, please subscribe, okay? And check out the channel often. I often high quality backing tracks, original music, reorchestrations of all kinds of music that I like. We will be doing some guitar technique stuff, even though there's a ton of videos already over that. But again, if you like what you see, or if you like this content, please like and subscribe to this video, and check back later for more. My name is Taylor Morganson, and you're watching North Texas Guitar Licks channel, and I hope you have a great day.